Hey there everybody, Craig here. Welcome. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how to use Microsoft Teams just like you would use Zoom, because many people are familiar with Zoom, they're avoiding Teams, and it's driving me crazy. So in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about that. Hey, before I get started on that video though, I'm going to say that I am in my new setup here, getting ready for what is called Coffee with Craig. Got my big mug as well. I'll be doing this in 2021. I'm scheduling interviews with training and development practitioners, as well as communication instructors, and the goal will be to have conversations around the afternoon, morning, or evenings, and if it's in the evenings, we'll call it Cocktails with Craig, and basically just answer questions from viewers in a live stream format covering a variety of topics. If you have a topic you would like covered, just tell me in the comments and I will try to arrange a speaker to do a Q&A with me in that format. Okay, so be sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow me on LinkedIn so that you are aware of when these Q&A Coffee with Craig sessions will be. Okay, so the reason I'm making this video, if you don't mind me doing just a little bit of a rant for a second, is because I work at a university and I know that we have a Microsoft 365 really good license, and it includes Microsoft Teams, and so many people are using Zoom, and it's driving me crazy for two reasons. The first reason is that instructors are doing things, if they're on the free version, where they'll like create one link and they'll do like a 30-minute meeting and then tell students to drop that call and join another meeting, which just gets in the way of teaching, or they just are shortening their classes perhaps. And there's no reason to do that because Teams has no limitation like that. The second reason is, as a public institution, a state university, we're already paying for one license with Microsoft. There's no reason to be paying a license with Zoom. And I know that there are several folks who are using paid versions of Zooms. Departments have purchased license. The Center for Teaching Excellence has purchased license. And I think it's important to have a couple licenses because there are reasons to use Zoom. But having so many doesn't make any sense when you're already paying, again, Microsoft for that great service. So Teams can be used just like Zoom, and I think that's what holds people back, is they're a little intimidated by Teams. And so I'll just show you the very basic functionality that if you can set up Zoom, you can set up Teams and use it exactly like that for yourself and for those who join you, whether it's students or people you're having meetings with. So I'm going to cover those in this video in just a minute. I do want to say before I go on, because I was kind of doing this rant here, I'm not opposed to Zoom. I actually think Zoom is a pretty good product, other than maybe their encryption is not great, allegedly, in my humble opinion, just so Zoom doesn't come after me. I use it myself. I have a paid version of it. I pay out of pocket for my consulting business so I can have the direct stream to YouTube option, to hold webinars and so forth. So I'm not opposed to Zoom. It's nothing specific about them, but my point is if you have a Teams license, just use Teams then. All right, so let's jump on the PC and I'll show you how you can set up Teams just as easy as Zoom and use it just like Zoom. Okay, so I'm on the PC here and I just went to my Outlook calendar. If you have Office 365 or Microsoft 365, you will have this. So I think the web version is just fine. What you're going to do is just create a meeting just like you would a calendar item. So let's just say, for example, during the week of Christmas, I knew that I wouldn't have any meetings then. It is vacation time. I'm going to set up a meeting where we can open presents. So I'll click on that. I'll type in open presents. And let's say that we need an hour to do that. All of the basic calendar functions, I'm not going to cover these in this video, but you know what you need to do here. Now you can actually start to invite people, or you can click more options. I'd recommend just doing that because you can still invite folks here. So what you're going to do is you're going to then click Teams Meeting. So now it's going to send out a link to the Teams meeting. You can of course attach items, you can have an agenda, you can have your course outline or what materials if you're teaching, all right here in this email, which is really super great. You can add reminders and so forth. If you are teaching in a classroom but also have online students joining you, I do that quite frequently. I teach a course, it's live in a classroom, but also I have students webinaring in. I can actually put the room number and do it that way. So they'll know exactly where to go for the room, but also those who are joining on Teams can join on Teams. And you can invite people outside of your organization just like you would on Zoom. Now, what's great here is if you have distribution lists or people in your organization you're inviting, it'll automatically populate for them. When they join the call, they don't have to do anything special. But let's go ahead and say that I want to invite a person from outside the organization, and it's going to be Craig Engstrom, PhD, because he's a little pompous. He created his Outlook with the .phd, or perhaps it is the only one that was available for him when he set up his Outlook. So there is that. So what I'm going to do then is click send, and it's on its way. So I'm going to jump over to Craig Engstrom, PhD. That's who I am now. I'm going to be a person joining the call with the other Craig, and when I click on this, you will see that I can immediately accept it, say maybe, say no. I can respond, give details about why. I can add a message directly to the host, but I can also click these and it'll add it to my calendar automatically. I don't want to do that because I just want to highlight here that this is really what you're looking for. Now, if you have the call-in option, this is something that will be here. Now, that is one limitation for Microsoft Teams. Unless your organization is paying for the call-in options, it might not be available. Now, what you can do here is go ahead and click on the link. Now, when I did that, it's going to want to open in Teams because I have the full version of Teams, and that's what would happen for those who have already downloaded Teams. But we want to use this just like Zoom and make it super easy for people who don't have a full version. So what they can do, and this is important that you communicate to them, is rather than clicking these options, they click on continue in the browser. When they do that, it'll open up a window and it'll ask you, hey, do you want to use your microphone? It'll come up here. Do you want to use your microphone? Do you want to use your video? I've already disabled those. That way I didn't have any disruption as I was producing this video. I'm going to go ahead and continue without audio or video. And what it's going to do is going to say, who are you? And I can go ahead and type in Craig E. I can do some setup if I need to, and I'm just going to click join now. Okay, it's going to say, hey, when the meeting starts, you'll be let in. So I'm going to pop back over to that calendar invite that I sent to Craig Engstrom, PhD. And as you can see here, it's still there. I'm going to click on it, and now I can join the meeting. It's going to open in Teams. Since I have the full version, it will use that. Of course, I could just join on the web as well if I needed to. Disable the mic here so I don't get any reverb and click join. All right, it's going to say, hey, you've already got a guest waiting to join. They're in the lobby. You can admit that person right away, or you can click view lobby. You can see that Craig E is in the lobby, and you would have all of your other people in the lobby. Now, there are folks in your organization who can bypass the lobby. They're set up for that, and I can show that in a future video. But I'm going to go ahead and add our guest. So if I jump back over to here, you can see that Craig Engstrom, PhD, is in the meeting. Has all the functions that you would expect, just like Zoom. Come back over to me, Craig, and you can see that here I am. And if I want to, I can downgrade this guest to just an attendee. I'm going to change that. This would be the case if you have folks who you don't want to have full control of things within Teams. Of course, for classrooms and so forth, you don't want to probably do that. Now, what you can also do is while the call is going on, you can invite people by copying this info here to join. You can send it in an email and so forth. Now, with that said, just to show you, when you're setting up the meeting over here in your Outlook, you can click on this. You can actually go to Edit, and all that information that was sent to the guest will also be there. So what you can do is right-click, you can copy that link, and then send it in an email to anybody that you want. So again, just like Zoom, you just need to get your link. I can actually Control-A, Control-C, copy all of that, paste it into an email, say, I'd like to invite you to a meeting at this time, just like you would with Zoom. Okay, so there you have it. It is really that simple. You can use Microsoft Teams just like Zoom. You don't have to install anything special. You can just do it all on the web. Super easy, super intuitive. Get on it because there is no reason to be paying 2 times, what was that, 2 times for something that you already have a license to. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it the good thumbs up, like it. Also consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos, or follow me on LinkedIn where I tend to post these videos as well. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.